Okay guys, I'm not sure which one you're gonna watch first, but let's say you're watching this first. I have a lot of stuff to unbox right now. Well, this is the first one I filmed too, so it makes sense for me to mention it in this one. And then we'll see what happens, I guess. But I have a lot of stuff to show you. I could make another giant unboxing, which would definitely last for maybe half an hour, but I'm not going to because, well, I'm gonna make 3 different parts. Yeah, well, technically they will be parts, but I'm not gonna name them part 1 and 2 or whatever. I've ordered from a few different places, so I thought that I would divide them because I'm not sure if I feel like making a super long part this time, a super long video. I received 3 packages in the mail, and I have some DVDs to show you as well. So this is gonna be the thumbnail right here. There we go. Anyway, and then I've ordered something. I'm just gonna open this. I doubt that it's movie related. I'm just gonna check. Yeah, it's something else. Never mind about that. And then, well, I think we should just get started. Let's unbox the 3 DVDs first, and then show you what I've watched recently. No, actually, there's only one thing. There are 2 other things that I've not shown you, 2 TV shows, but I'm not done with them yet. So, but there is one DVD in the pile that I have not shown you before. Anyway, we'll start with these. This movie is called Wrist Cutters. I think Patrick Fugit, whatever, is in this movie. And yeah, that's the only guy I know. But I think it's about like the final destination after death, or well, it's people who commit suicide, I think, and in the afterlife they're gathered, or they meet. Some people who all committed suicide meet at a train station or something. I'm not sure. But there were 2 versions of this, but the other one looked like the other one was like bright colors and more of a mainstream cover. I thought this one better fitted the movie, or I haven't seen the movie, but that's what I figured, so I went with this one. I'm not sure which. I think the other one might have been a newer edition, but honestly, I wanted this one. Let's see what this might be. This is a movie called Them, or ILS. It's a French movie, and the original title is ILS, I think. If you pronounce it ill or or whatever. Them. Horror movie, pretty short, 74 minutes, but yes. And then, oh, this might be. We'll see. Oh, now I'm running into this problem again. Sitting here trying to get it open, and I can't. So you gotta bear with me here. I do not have any. Well, I do have the most epic knife in all of the lands, but I do not know where it is. Oh, I'm standing on my barbell. It's not comfortable. I thought I can't find it. Sorry, I'm gonna have to pass on showing you because I can't find it. I'm gonna have to use my keys. Well, this worked fine as well. I think I might have shown you that other knife actually before. Not that I think anyone might remember, but let's see. Yeah, I'm sorry about this actually. This is just a regular case. I got it for free because the other one was broken. But this is kind of interesting. I sent them a message about their packagings because they used to have these very flimsy, very thin packagings, and I messaged them, maybe you want to look into having some other type of packaging, because now recently I received 2 DVDs from you which were damaged. So I said that if possible, maybe you could switch packaging to some more protective package, and they seem to have done that actually, so that's good. Well, I don't know. They have done that here anyway, so I can't know if I had any influence or not, but I'd like to think that I did. No, but this is for Black Cat, White Cat. And as I have mentioned, that case is transparent, but they didn't have any of those. And I have looked into ordering cases, and they're very cheap actually. So maybe I'm gonna have to do that to have some backup cases. Anyway, that's good that I got a free case from them. But anyway, now to the. I'm sorry about that. I thought that there were gonna be 3 movies and not 1 case, but it's fine. I have a lot of stuff coming up, so just. Oh yeah, I was gonna start with one that I had not shown you yet. This is the 4th Louis Theroux collection, DVD collection, The Odd, the Bad, and the Godly. This one contains Law and Disorder in Lagos, which is in was it in Nigeria? This is embarrassing. I wanna say Nigeria, but don't take my word on that. You're gonna have to look it up, because I'm not sure. But and then we have America's Medicated Kids, The Ultra Zionists, Mega Jail Parts 1 and 2, basically Mega Jail. Sorry, Miami Mega Jail. And then Return to the Most Hated Family, which is of course sort of a sequel to The Most Hated Family in America, which was a documentary 4 or 5 years prior to this. So you have 2 discs, and yeah, now I have everything that is released on DVD with Louis Theroux, and you know, they're never really great. They're never great documentaries, but they are very entertaining. And Louis Theroux has something about him which it makes you want to watch them for him more than the subjects at times, or the topics or whatever. On this one, they were pretty equal here, but actually they're almost equal, all of them. I did enjoy certain parts of the Ultra Zionists a lot, as did I with Law and Disorder in Lagos and Miami Mega Jail. I think those were maybe my 3 favorites, but there's not a big difference. They're pretty equal, but I would say that those maybe are my 3 favorites. My 3 favorites out of 5. Maybe that doesn't tell you too much, I'm not sure, but anyway. Let's continue. This one I watched last night, or, well, right now it's, well, 5:25 p.m. and I watched this pretty much 12 hours ago. I couldn't sleep, so I watched American Crude with Michael Clarke Duncan, Jennifer Esposito, Ron Livingston, Rob Schneider. Then there were a couple other people. John C. McGinley. Let's see on the back if there was someone I'm forgetting. Well, there were more people that I recognized, but whatever. Yeah, this was very entertaining. It's a bunch of these different separate stories involving crime, I guess, and people fucking up, and they intertwine. Not necessarily in the ending, but throughout the movie, they're sort of intertwined, basically. And I thought that it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it, but it's a pretty forgettable movie, to be honest. It doesn't stand out. Certain scenes might stand out, but as a whole, it just sort of, I'm not sure. It's a lot of fun, but that's maybe the only thing I can say about it. And then this one I also watched at night when I couldn't sleep, or in the morning. This is a White Light. I think I did that mistake last time too. White Light, Black Rain: The Destruction of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. This one is pretty short. Yeah, 85 minutes. It's well, everybody knows what it's about. It's about the bombing that ended World War II, and the first and only use of nuclear weapons in war. It's I thought that there were gonna be more archival footage. There are archival footage, maybe. Very hard to say, but 10% of the movie perhaps is archival footage, maybe 15. I'm not sure exactly, but and then the rest is interviews, mostly by Japanese survivors, and they tell of their stories and their experiences, and partly also maybe out of all of the interviews, maybe 20% or maybe 30, something like that, is by Americans who was not responsible for the bombing, but who were sort of told to go do the bombing. They were responsible of the actual dropping, but it wasn't their decision, obviously. But anyway, and it's very interesting. Mainly, the most interesting part I thought was the Japanese survivors. But it's also interesting to hear from the point of view from the people who actually dropped the bomb. But anyway, it's some of the descriptions of by the Japanese survivors. I could just say survivors. Of some of the descriptions of people of the direct the aftermath, the direct aftermath, I can't speak. Right after the bomb hit Nagasaki and Hiroshima, they tell of their stories, what they witnessed. You know, people with their skin shredded, people with their eyes gouged out. Okay. I'm not sure how you pronounce that word. But and stuff like that, and then you see some images too. So it's kind of some horrific stuff in this, but that's sort of to be expected, I guess, and I think it's necessary too in a documentary like this, because you can't romanticize something like this or whatever. But it's I'd recommend it, but. No, but it was good. I recommend it. Yeah. And then we had this movie is very good. I really like this one. This is The Last Picture Show. Come to think of it, did I show you this one? I think I might have. There was something very interesting about this one, I thought. It's directed by Peter Bogdanovich, and I didn't know who he was before. I hadn't looked it up or anything. But then when I watched the special features, I was like, holy shit, he directed this movie, I recognize him, and I couldn't think of, for the life of me, I really couldn't think of where I might have seen him. But then I had to go online and look it up, and the guy who directed, and I think he might have, yes, he did a screenplay as well, together with some other guy. He is Elliot, whatever his name is, from Sopranos, the psychiatrist of Melfi, Jennifer, no, what's her name? Well, I don't remember, but Tony Soprano's psychiatrist. She also goes to see a psychiatrist, and that guy directed this movie, and I was like, wow, that's really interesting. I had no idea that he was a filmmaker. That's really a lot of fun. But yeah, this movie is with Jeff Bridges. It's the only person I knew for sure who it was. Actually, scratched that. Also, Randy Quaid. Actually, and I thought it was a lot of fun with Jeff Bridges in this one, because a lot of the sort of facial expressions, or maybe some of the idiosyncrasies that he might have, or some of the way he talks and the way he looks too, just very familiar. He does something like this, or that's a terrible impersonation, but he does something with his face, like in The Big Lebowski. There's something he does. He does that in this one too at some point, and I was like, oh, that's Jeff Bridges. So yeah, but I love the movie. It's it it takes place in the 50s, I believe, in this sort of kind of like desolated, semi-rural town in Texas. Very, very small place, and very picturesque, and a lot of nice scenery and stuff. Anyway, let's move on. Very good movie, I highly recommend it. This one I'm gonna throw out. Infested, Invasion of the Killer Bugs. Not because of the movie, I was gonna watch the movie, but the girl in the store, she can't have made a very in-depth or detailed inspection of this DVD. I think she just looked to see if the disc was in there, but that is obviously all she did, because if you look at this, I don't think it's supposed to be like this. You know, it's broken already, so I don't need to be careful or anything. Well, I guess I'm not better because I didn't notice it either. I just put it in my player, and it said bad disc, and then I took it out and I noticed this. So I don't want to keep this. It's not a rare DVD either or anything like that, so I will just throw this one out, unfortunately. Well, I'll put it here as well. But yeah, so I can't comment on the movie, I just thought that I would mention it. Then we have season 7 of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You know, these whatever they're called that they put here, usually there's no problem with picking them off or taking them off, but this time it did leave a bit of well, it did take some of the cover with it, unfortunately, which annoys me because you can't fix it. Anyway, this season is the weakest so far. I thought about it before, and I was like, this is probably the weakest season, but still good. But then I thought about it some more, and it is the weakest season so far. Still good, but the weakest. Season 8, I think it's gonna be released fairly soon, at least in the US on region. Well, they're only released on region 1, and then the first 2 seasons. Well, the first 2 seasons have been released a long time ago in one separate package, or in package case. This one right here, and then the first season was released separately a few years ago, but then they never released any others. So I find that kind of strange, because I would think that they sold pretty well, but maybe they didn't. I don't know what the reason was to them not making any more. Anyway, very good show. Then the last one for this update, but not the last one for today, is Chinatown on Blu-ray, and this is by Polanski. I have a lot of thoughts about this, but I will just mention that I definitely enjoyed the movie, but by the end I was like, I'm a little disappointed. I couldn't really make sense of it. To me, there was not a huge reveal, a huge twist, but maybe that's not really the big deal. I think it more sort of eases into it, or gradually exposes or gradually reveals what is happening. But it still feels kind of abstract to me. But I'm gonna watch this again. And also, sorry, I wasn't finished. I did go back and watch some scenes again, and I did think about the movie, and I was like, well, actually, this is a lot better than my initial impression after first finishing the movie. Well, this was like half an hour later. But still, it is a great movie, and I don't doubt that I will appreciate it more when I watch it again in the future. So that is everything for this time. Right here. So thank you for watching this video, and if you haven't seen it already, I have put the links to the other 2 updates in the description bar, if they are up when you're watching this. Otherwise, well, they're gonna be up eventually. So thank you for watching, and I'm off to making another video. So thank you for watching.